Alright everyone, welcome back, part 2. Okay, so right now we're trying to loot as much as we can. Didn't use storage, no skag balls. That's cool. Adding little things in here. It says no skag balls. Ratch butter. Nice. Okay. So I also need to remember. There we go. Ooh! That opens up chests. Nice to know. Okay, the reason why I'm not using those, yeah, it had more damage. But oh, it showed us Slay of the Day and we didn't see it. I'm sorry. It's my bad. Okay, so we got everything. Alright. Next area, let's go. Ooh. Alright, I'll take you.
Barely worth the sweat.
Got that one. Alright, let's go.
Recruit, there's no way your supple and delicate body can survive a showdown with Shiv unprotected. Look around for a shield.
Maybe if I jump up over here. Whoops. Hold on, let's see. Because since we're now able to jump and like climb onto ledges. Oh, I guess not. Okay. So I'm gonna have to go around then. There, I want to destroy the barrels. I also kind of want to see where my hitbox is, my hit range. That way I can like start landing more hits. There we go, got some lootables. A little lootables thing. It's kind of nice.
There might be a shield in that special red chest over there.
Oh yeah, no, I know it's in the chest. I just need to go ahead and loot some stuff, man. Because by the time I'm able to upgrade my SDUs, well, getting a storage deck upgrade, I want to get it. I don't want to be that guy that's there and like can't get much of anything, you know. So, okay, 438 so far. That's a lot of money already. Like that's a lot of money compared to like the old games. This is quite a bit of cash. Give me something good, please. Oh, okay, never mind. 105.
You got a shield. Now you're invincible. Not really, but it
Okay, there's a 19.
killing you in one hit. Now let's get you in there, recruit.
Might keep him from killing me in one hit, huh?
All your dumb friends are dead. I challenge you to a trial by combat. But because I'm stuck to this magnet, my loyal champion shall vanquish you in my stead.
Come on in, heretic! I haven't met my sacrifice quota for the day!
Let's see. Anything? No, okay. I'm gonna run up this little part right here. Because I need to go up here as well, because there's some stuff up here. Nice little trash can. I got a grenade. That's nice. I'm most likely not going to use it against the boss, however. Alright, let's go and open that up. Get some more cash. Get some more bullets if I can. Alright, let's see. What do you got for me? Okay, that's 5. Wow, okay, that's actually so much better. And that one has 22. Difference of 2 damage, 9%. Here, let's compare really quick. Let's compare. Because even at this low level, it's like, this is part of the game. Alright, so one has 9 damage and 9% chance. One has 8 damage, 9% chance. One's 10, one's 12. That's not really too much of a difference, honestly. The other one has much less accuracy, though. And if you know me, you know, I'm all about efficiency over, you know, over any of that other stuff. So I want to be as efficient as possible. Oh, and this one has 2 fire modes too. It has a taser. I guess I'll start off with the taser.
I'm gonna sharpen my blade on your spine!
Shiv. Such a neat little boss, man. Alright, let's see. What does he have to offer?
Walking out of here!
Okay, has a little ground slam attack. That's really cool. He has special attacks. He's not just shooting me. Wow, look at him. So cool. I think you can kill him by just these, I think.
My ticket to fame!
Oh, whoops.
I'm gonna cut you in two!
Do I have any more tasers? I do. Do I still have... Oh, I don't have any more tasers. Okay. Oh, whoops. Okay, get him with some fire. Oh, we got all the stuff to loot. Alright, there he goes. Oh. There we go.
Knocked out in the first round.
Okay, so I just unlocked my action skill. Congratulations, you've leveled up. Leveling up permanently increases your health. It also immediately gives you full health and shields. Most importantly, you've unlocked your action skills. You have 3 action skills to choose from. I actually have 4 now. View and equip your skills by pressing blank, navigating to the skill screen. Looks like this is going to be...
Pandora was going to give me a challenge.
Alright, let's change that. Definitely take the shotgun.
Score 1 for the Crimson
Oh,
Raiders.
and it's a Hyperion shotgun. Nice.
Secure the area. I'm on my way.
Hyperion shotguns in this game are really cool. This is why. Because you can literally just... Oh, yeah. Alright.
Recruit, are you dead? If not, get me down! The controls are on the 2nd floor!
There's a way you can get up here. Let's see if it's patched. So you come over here. You I think it's here. I think they patched it. They might have patched it. One sec. And you come right here and you just boom. Whoops. Here, I'll try it one more time just to show you guys. So you come here, jump up here. Whoops. Don't get stuck. The positioning's always a little tricky. Jump here,
Recruit,
jump
hurry
there,
up! Get
jump
to the
there,
magnet controls
and we're up
save me!
here. But I'm gonna run the way we're supposed to run. So yeah, so they originally want you to run over here. You can jump if you want, it doesn't matter. Alright. Okay, now you're supposed to climb up these stairs. Another flight of stairs. Okay. And then you run over here. But I just like showing you guys the little extra bits and pieces that you can do. So it's nice. Little control panel. Whoops.
Climbing down.
Okay. Before we revive him, let's go ahead and look through our action skills. So I got multiple action skills to use. They can trap enemies, fight distance, get close and personal. Equip 1 action skill to activate her siren powers in battle. I got multiple choices. Skills are organized into different trees representing different playstyles. Trees contain action skills, augments, and passive abilities. Press L2 and R2 to cycle between them. So I could cycle, view another tree. So right there, I could choose one of these. Oh, what's that? Phase Flare. Summons an orb of elemental energy that deals consistent elemental damage to nearby enemies. Pressing R3 near the orb causes it to fly towards an enemy and damage them. Additionally, every time Amara uses a melee attack on the orb, it gains increased damage based on the damage she dealt to it. Press L1 to cause the orb to return to Amara. It has a duration of 30 seconds, cooldown of 48. So, less than a minute. So there's that one. There's Phase Cast, sends forward an astral projection of herself, dealing damage to everything in its path. And it has a 28-second cooldown. It's pretty cool, I guess. This one, Phase Grasp, Amara summons a giant fist that bursts from the ground and locks the target enemy in place for a few seconds. Some enemies are immune to being grasped and instantly take damage instead. And this has a cooldown of 16 seconds. Wow, every 16 seconds I can lock an enemy in place. It's like Maya from Borderlands 2. It's like her action. And then there's Phase Slam. Amara leaps into the air and slams the ground, dealing damage to all nearby enemies and knocking them up. And that has a cooldown of 35 seconds. So I love stuff like this. So we'll definitely just grab that. Amara summons Giant Fist. The action skill has been equipped and can now be used. Press L1 during combat to activate the action skill. I'm now finished. Returning the skill tree after leveling up to spend skill points and try new combinations of abilities. So now, since I chose this, this skill tree looks to be Fists of the Elements. This is Anima. Amara's status effects deal increased damage over time and have increased duration. Her action skill status effect deals further increased damage. So I get status effect damage, status effect duration, and action skill status effect damage. So that's 3 things this one skill is increasing. That's really nice. Amara gains increased weapon handling and accuracy. That's really good for hitting things. Convert a portion of damage dealt by Amara's weapons into her action skill element. Wow. Okay, so I think honestly this might be the elemental skill tree. So this is Steady Hands, and this one's Infusion. So Tempest, Amara deals increased elemental damage. Shock damage is further increased. Wow, okay. Let's see. Amara gains increased melee damage, and her melee damage is converted to her action skill element. Okay, so I don't think that's really beneficial to this. Whenever Amara applies a status effect to an enemy, it has a chance to spread to a nearby enemy. Wow, that's really cool. And there's 5 of those points. So that chance can go up to, 40%? We have Dread. Amara's gun damage is increased for a few seconds after an enemy is grasped. Whenever any player kills a grasped enemy, their weapon is instantly reloaded. That's kind of cool. Gun damage is increased for a few seconds after I use my... So that means I get 15% gun damage every 15 seconds. And it lasts for 8 seconds. Wow, that's really good. Indiscriminate. Amara's bullets that damage enemies have a chance to ricochet and deal decreased damage to other enemies. Ricochet chance and damage are increased if the target is currently affected by Phase Grasp or Stillness of Mind. Wow. Okay, that's actually really nice. Amara gains increased magazine size with the elemental weapons. That's really good for having ammo and never running out. That was Deep Well. Catharsis. Whenever Amara triggers an elemental effect on an enemy, when that enemy dies, that enemy explodes, dealing her attuned element damage, along with any other element that is currently inflicted upon that enemy. This skill has a short cooldown. So if I have all these different effects on an enemy, I could literally just have them blow up like 4 times at once. That's really cool. Sustainment. Amara gains lifesteal whenever she deals elemental damage with her weapon. 4% of damage dealt. You know, actually that would go really good with this, because, you know, you take this converted damage of a percentage of what my gun damage is on top of what it's already going to deal with its elemental, and you add this into the play of 4%. Oh, that goes up to 20% because it's 5. That's really good. Really good for sustaining myself. Conflux. Whenever Amara applies a status effect to an enemy, she gains a chance to randomly electrocute, ignite, or melt the enemy. Wow. That is amazing. And it's 5, so extra effect chance. So that means I would just have to use one element, and I can just keep growing that. Okay. And Forceful Expression. Amara deals bonus elemental damage based on her action skill element. So, bonus elemental damage, 18% of damage dealt. Forceful Expression. I wonder what that is. Huh. I guess I just deal more damage. Converts Amara's action skill to incendiary damage. Oh, okay. So what's the action skill damage right now? I don't know. But yeah, look at that. So we got incendiary. That's cool. So it turns that into that. What's this? Amara summons a giant fist that bursts from the ground and locks the target enemy in place for a few seconds. Whenever the grasped enemy is killed, a new fist seeks out and grasps a new target. So I can do up to 4. So that's 5 targets being locked down. That's like 5 crowd control right there. 5 CCs. Wow, as long as I can keep up with it and kill them. But then it increases the cooldown up by like, what, 4 seconds? Yeah, that's nothing. That's a easy mix. Okay. What's this one? Allure. This is an action skill augment. It boosts my action skill. Oh, this one changes my action skill to that. This one augments it to where it boosts it. Amara's action skill creates a singularity that pulls in enemies. Wow. 2.5 seconds. So it reduces my damage by 20%. However, it's like I get to attack multiple enemies at once every 16 seconds. That's great. And the last and final one, Ties That Bind. Amara summons a giant fist, that bursts from the ground, and locks the targeted enemy in place for a few seconds. Enemies near the grasped target are linked, and any gun or melee damage dealt to the linked target is shared between all other linked targets. So 20% of gun damage dealt to that target will be... Wow. That's crazy. It has a cooldown of 18 seconds. Yeah, I think that's the go-to one, but let's see, what does this one have to offer? After grasping the targeted enemy, large fists appear and constantly smash the area, dealing damage to nearby enemies, which makes the cooldown 28 seconds. That's... Yeah, no, this takes the cake. Hands down takes the cake. Okay, so this build here, Fist of Elements, is all about dealing elemental damage, which, hey, good thing we chose a Siren, because, you know, every game I've played through, I was always a hero, a Vault Hunter that was able to deal elemental damage over time, very efficiently. So, alrighty, this is Brawl. I take it Brawl might be about fists, since I'm seeing, you know, some fist icons and stuff. But let's see what it is. So first we have Face Slam. I read Face Slam earlier. Basically, you just jump up and deal damage to nearby enemies. Like you slam the ground, you knock enemies up. Amara gains increased max health. It's pretty good. Amara's weapon shots, this is really good for like sustain, keeping you alive. Personal space, Amara's weapon shots deal bonus damage based on the distance to her target. The closer the target, the greater the bonus. Ooh, okay. So the closer I am, 18 times 3, 8, 16, 24, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 54% increased damage. So I can almost double my damage, as long as I'm up close and personal. Clarity, Amara constantly regenerates health. The lower the health, the more powerful the regeneration. After using an action skill, this bonus is doubled. That goes up by 5, so 5. So I can have, once I use my action skill, I can have 10% missing health regenerated every second for 5 seconds. Okay, that's really nice. That's basically half of my health being regenerated every 16 seconds. Amara deals increased splash damage and takes reduced splash damage. That's really nice. So rockets deal reduced damage to me, and so do grenades. So that goes up to 20%, and 5, 10, 0, 1, 60% splash damage reduction. That's really good. Again, sustainability. Samsara, this is arms deal, personal space, clarity, arms deal. Samsara, whenever Amara deals damage to an enemy with their action skill, she adds a stack of Samsara. For every stack of Samsara, Amara gains increased gun damage and health regeneration for a few seconds. Stacks decay over time. So this is definitely a tank-ish type of build. Very self-sustaining. Gun damage, 1.7% increase per enemy damage. So that's 5. So I can have well over 7% increased gun damage, which would help with Ties That Bind over here. That's really good. Yeah, that's Really nice, actually. And it has a cool stack of 20 seconds. Duration 20 seconds. Helping hands for a few seconds. After using your action skill, I gain damage reduction. 12, so it's 60% damage reduction for 15 seconds. Basically, I just have a permanent damage reduction. That's really nice. Blight Tiger converts Mars action skill to corrosive damage. Honestly, it's pretty nice. This would be really beneficial because let's say once I get down the skill tree and get to this, I already have Electrocute, Ignite, or Melt. I don't know what Melt is. It might be something else, but yeah, this would be really good with that. So now I'm dealing all types of damage. Mindfulness. Whenever Amara takes damage, she gains a stack of mindfulness. For every stack of mindfulness, Amara gains improved shield regeneration, delay, and movement speed. Stack decay after a few seconds. This one's really good for just getting away and hiding, honestly. Find your center. Amara gains increased melee damage. Additionally, a few seconds after using her action skill, Amara gains increased melee damage. This would be really good for what I think would be this Face Flare, since it does deal damage in pertaining to your melee damage. Vigor. Kill skill. Killing an enemy with the Mars action skill grants all allies increased movement speed for a few seconds. Movement speed's always good. So that's about 10%, just a little 10% over movement speed. Mars action skill now creates a Nova when it damages enemies, dealing damage to all nearby enemies. Reduces action skill damage by 15%. That wouldn't be good because that would be having a 35% damage reduction. Let's say if I was doing this. However, this might actually might come in handy with this, but I don't know. We'll see. And then we have this one, Fracture. Amara summons a line of fists that erupt from the ground, dealing damage to enemies in the front of Amara. Pretty nice. Then we have Downfall. Amara leaps into the air and shoots an elemental beam below her, briefly followed by a slam. Okay, I mean that's kind of cool. Amara gains increased max health and elemental damage resistance to her action skill element. That's pretty cool, because... Oh, wait, yeah. No, never mind. Do unto others. Whenever an enemy damages Amara, she automatically throws an energy orb back at them, dealing action skill elemental damage. That's pretty cool, but has a cooldown of 8 seconds, so I don't know. Whenever Amara deals melee damage to an enemy, she gains increased action skill damage and increased gun damage for a few seconds. That's actually nice. So you have 5 of these, so increased action skill and gun damage for a few seconds. This is really good with Ties That Bind, which is this one here, because you deal more damage based on your gun damage. So this would be really good. So 15, 30, 45, 60, 75% action skill damage and 15% gun damage. That's really good. Guardian Angel. When Amara enters Fight for Your Life, she immediately gains a second wind, restores her health, and creates an action skill Elemental Nova that may knock back nearby enemies. The skill has a long cooldown of 120 seconds. I don't think that's really worth... yeah, I don't think that's really worth it. We got Glamour. Enemies damaged by Amara's action skill become confused and temporarily attack their allies. However, action skill cooldown is increased. If Amara targets an enemy with Phase Grasp, enemies near the Phase Grasp target are confused as well. I guess that's more so of like if you have a team, then you would want to do that for crowd control. With let's say you get like a bunch of badasses. Blitz, melee override, press R3 while aiming at enemy to take Amara to make Amara dash a short distance forward and perform a special melee strike, dealing elemental melee damage. Definitely for a melee build. I'm not going to go with the melee build because, again, I want to go elemental. So we have Phase Fire here. If you don't remember, basically there's an orb that I summon, and I have to keep hitting it to make it fly towards enemies. It's like bowling, basically. Trust in yourself. Whenever an enemy breaks Amara's shield, she gains increased reload speed, charge speed, and weapon swap speed for a short time. This effect is doubled if Amara's shield is broken by a melee attack. Again, that's really good for a melee build. No Mistakes Nature. When Amara inflicts status effect to an enemy, she gains increased melee damage for a short time. That's mainly for that. Heavy Rain. Amara's weapons gain increased projectile speed and splash damage. This actually would go really good with Arm Steel for the additional for additional splash damage and ricochet. Instead of dealing splash damage to enemies, Amara's orb grants nearby allies health regeneration. Oh, okay, so that it's basically a healer type of build support then. You change it all completely to support. Send it to an ally, granting them a second wind. Wow, so I can just revive allies with this. It's actually really OP if you're playing with the team. Go with the flow. Whenever Amara freezes an enemy, she gains increased movement speed and weapon damage for a short time. That's kind of cool if you're going with cryo, but I'm not. Amara deals bonus damage of her attuned element whenever she deals melee damage or splash damage to frozen enemies. Okay, again, frozen, ebb and flow. Whenever Amara kills an enemy with a melee attack, she gains a portion of the damage back as health. Very, very good for sustainability. For melee, 21% damage dealt. It's actually good. That's probably, arguably, a better conversion rate of lifesteal than to this. But then again, you're dealing all that elemental damage every second, and you're getting 20% of that as health back. So I don't know. It's arguable. Combo breaker, killing an enemy with melee damage has a chance to reset Amara's action skill cooldown. Really good for a melee build. Shooting star, Amara summons an orb of elemental energy that deals constant elemental damage to nearby enemies. Pressing R3 near the orb causes it to fly towards an enemy and damage them, which also increases the amount of overall damage the orb deals to enemies. Additionally, the elemental orb continually fires elemental projectiles at the last enemy Amara damaged. Pressing L1 causes the orb to return to Amara. Oh, okay, so I guess you can just keep returning the orb to you. So you just melee, return the orb, melee, return the orb. And then we have Expedite. Whenever Amara kills an enemy with her action skill, she gains increased action skill cooldown rate until she activates her action skill again. 30% per enemy killed. Wow. So I can probably use this to constantly... Oh wait, this is an augment, isn't it? No, it's an action skill. So I could constantly... I could use this and mix it in with this if I get this far down in the skill tree. It's really OP. Joyful Freedom. After activating her action skill, Amara gains increased melee damage for 12 seconds. That's really good. For a melee build, burn both ends. After activating her action skill, Amara gains increased threat for a short time. Definitely for a tank build and melee build. Amara gains increased threat for a short time, drawing the attention of all enemies in a huge radius. Really good. Whenever Amara is dealt damage by an enemy, she gains increased damage for a short time. This stacks 15 times, so you can have 5 times 15, you gain that much increased damage. Like, fantastic. Whenever Amara damages an enemy, the elemental orb automatically travels to that enemy. Whenever Amara kills an enemy, the elemental orb gains increased damage. Okay, so this basically just makes the orb travel to enemies you're damaging automatically without you having to press L1. Body and mind, kill skill. Amara's melee attacks deal bonus splash damage for a short time. It's pretty good. Pretty dope. We got Free the Soul, kill skill. Whenever Amara kills a frozen enemy, splinters fly out from that enemy and home to nearby enemies, dealing cryo damage. This goes a short cooldown of 3 seconds. I wouldn't go with that even if I was using a melee build. Amara gains increased skill damage. That's pretty good. That's where I'd put my points. That or here. So I'd go here and then the rest in there. The rest too. Clear the mind, kill skill. After killing an enemy, Amara ignores enemies' elemental damage resistance for a short time. This does not affect elemental immunity. Oh, okay. Well, honestly, that's a pretty decent, like, tank-ish melee build type of skill tree. Let's see this one. Phase cast. You've seen that one. You basically send, like, a Kamehameha forward. Let's see, we got Do Harm. Killing an enemy grants Amara a stack of Rush. Activating her action skill consumes all Rush stacks. For every Rush stack consumed, Amara's action skill damage is temporarily increased. Okay, so this one is good for an action skill type of build. Amara's reload speed, weapon swap, and mode switch speed are improved. Honestly, if you just time all of that right, you don't really need that, so it's kind of useless. Violent Tapestry. Applying a status effect grants Amara a stack of Rush. Activating her action skill consumes all Rush stacks. For every Rush stack consumed, Amara's status effect chance is temporarily increased. Very good for Fist of Elements build. Extremely good. Let's see, we have Alacrity. Amara gains increased reload speed for every stack of Rush. After consuming Rush stacks, this bonus is increased for a few seconds. It's reload speed. Again, if you just time it correctly, you don't really need reload speed at all. Transcend. Amara gains increased accuracy and critical hit damage for a few seconds after activating her action skill. Very, very, very good again for Ties That Bind. Extremely good for that. Mara gains increased action skill cooldown rate. Obviously good. It's 25% right there, cooldown rate. Soul Sap, a portion of all damage dealt by Mara's action skill is returned